I understand from a post you placed in the Facebook that
Yes.
they have money also here in Curacao.
Well, at least they have a holding company. I don't know whether there's money in the holding company, but yes, there is, yes.
Okay, when we come back,
Yeah.
more details about that. Stay with us. We'll be back just now with Jacob Gelt Dekker.
Rodeo House of Ribs. Pimpas um grato ameno com família, disfrutando tudo de luna de happy hour. Começando 45 da tarde até o 7 da noite. Chamars All You Can Eat Buffet. Chamwebs Live Music. Já sabra Live Mexican Music. E já domingo, muito da comer por nada. Teco de 2 anos. E no lubi da riba na Daily Fresh Salad Bar. Rodeo House of Ribs. Abritura dia 45 da tarde teco de 1 da noite. Telefone 560-3247 of 465-9465. Rodeo House of Ribs.
Get to know the best kitchens of the Caribbean by the hands of the best chefs. They will let you enjoy half an hour by presenting their exquisite creations for you to have an everyday gourmet. Enjoy the delicacy every morning with Everyday Gourmet.
Quatro sucursal sempre tiene un movie box banda di por devolver video na qualquer dinan. Pur si man película na novo personal servicio total. Bovrasta piri pa mira e promono. Tambe vo snack favorito e sempre un movie box banda di.
Nós estamos back com o Sr. Jacob Gelt Dekker, Jacob Gelt Dekker. Libya has an offshore company here. Explain that.
Well,
or at least there is an offshore company here representing.
What we know from the media is that about $100 billion was in all kinds of funds.
Yes.
The media told us that Interpark here at Pietermaai has an offshore holding company, Oil Invest, with a daughter company in Holland, Oil Invest Netherlands, and that is possibly a routing of this kind of money. There was a guy called Mustafa Zarti who was the administrator for this company, and Mustafa Zarti is also the president of the Libyan Investment Agency. He is the son of a diplomat, a Libyan diplomat, actually with a passport of Austria. And he was
a foreigner working in Libya representing the Libyan government?
Well, he has a dual, he is a Libyan and he is Austrian.
Okay.
And he uses Curacao through this company. In Vienna, he was arrested last Saturday, and Interpol wanted to talk to him. And he got very upset and he protested that all the assets were frozen, and he thought it was scandalous. At the same time, I find it somewhat scandalous when heads of state take money out of their own country and have to hide it in offshores and abuse a little island like Curacao to do that.
Of course.
It doesn't sound right.
No. Okay. What should happen now? There should be an investigation.
Absolutely.
Where, if there is money, how much it is, who does it belong to?
Absolutely. And also, we are here in Curacao not laundering stolen money,
no.
Right? We have a very decent and very proper offshore. We don't want to be in a blacklist of anybody, of any country, and we're not laundering money for criminals.
Of course.
And our Minister of Finance should absolutely investigate the situation. If he wants to have the integrity of the island's offshore business, that's what he should do.
Obama once said that he was informed that some building in Cayman Islands,
yes,
in that building there were something like 13,000 businesses.
Yes.
Meaning offshores.
Right. Offshores, yes.
And he's saying this thing should stop. People that have businesses in the United States cannot do transactions off the shores of United States and not pay taxes for those transactions.
But that's a political decision. We have created legally offshore business, offshore banks, and so on and so forth. And it's been a byproduct of multinationals. Yeah, when you deal in many countries, it is often very easy to have an offshore rather than sending the money from one country to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. Very complicated to do it offshore, goes a lot faster.
Of course.
So, with international world trade, offshore and international banking became essential. Maybe it's time we revise the process and revise the product and shape it up again.
Okay.
Yes. Again, it was not designed to launder money for criminals.
Okay, not launder money for criminals, but evading tax is part of the reason why people invest them or do these transactions.
Well, to a certain extent,
offshore?
or at least to make all the tax and taxable transactions simpler. Because you pay tax in one country, and then you send it out again to the next country, and then you have to get it back from the tax inspector again. So it becomes very complicated, because back and forth and back and forth and back and forth.
Okay.
So that's why you have free trade zones, to make that easier, and that's why you have offshores.
Okay. Okay, Jacob.
Yes.
Jacob, this section is called Jacob Gelt Dekker.
Okay.
Okay. You come at this moment from where? From Miami? From
Florida. Yeah, Florida. Yeah.
And what have you been doing lately?
Well, all of last year was in and out of hospitals. I've been on the treatment for almost 12 months. And it was a horrible year. But it worked. I'm back on my feet. The last 2 months I've recovered and regained my strength somewhat, even regained a little weight. So I feel a lot better, and I hope to get back to work eventually.
Okay.
But it was a horrible year.
What does it involve? Time in the hospital also?
It was radiation, it was surgery, it was everything. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Painful?
In all honesty, I've been very sick. Yes, it was more exhaustion. I was so very, very tired.
People keep asking if this is
Yes.
life-threatening.
Of course it was. Of course. I mean, but everything is life-threatening.
It doesn't stop you from traveling there.
Listen, I hope to resume in this year and get back to action. Yes.
Okay. One person called me, and then another one called me, and then another one called me. I put it as my first question, but do you believe in God?
Well, that depends on what you call God.